Movers and Shakers is here in Bangkok for its second ever monthly networking event, and today we're at a very prestigious place. It's the St. Regis, a place that's been on the map or the mind of people for the last year and a half, and it's a place that a lot of people want to come and see, so it's a great reason to come to Movers and Shakers. Now, as I said in our introduction, this is a prestigious venue here at St. Regis. I'm very happy to be joined by the Sales and Marketing Director, Holger Jacobs. Holger, good evening. How are you, sir?
Good evening. Very well. Thank you very much.
Good. Now, Holger, perhaps you could tell us a little bit, and I know it's quite a long story, about the history of St. Regis, not necessarily as this particular development, but as the whole brand, if you like. It's probably before the word brand was ever used in that context.
Absolutely. The brand now, St. Regis, started with the opening of the first St. Regis hotel in New York City. That was in 1904. So during that time, there were, of course, by far lesser amount of hotels around in New York cities, and the rich and famous met in their mansions outside New York. So the Astor family, who founded the St. Regis in New York, they decided to build their own home in the city and give it more rooms and obviously butler service, as we have it here today, to cater for their guests, not only during the, let's say, elusive balls they had, but also to give them a room to sleep, or actually a nice suite once the ball was over.
Okay, so really, and when was that? When
this was in 1904.
1904. Wow. So 106 years ago, and really the concept hasn't changed much. I'm sure some of the technology has.
The funny thing with this is, yes, technology has advanced, but already at the St. Regis New York, all rooms had air conditioning, which is of course completely unheard of from hotels of that time. Okay. They also had a mailing system within the hotel, and then of course very personal services as their guests would have actually at home. Okay. And they added that as a particular benefit and service to each and every room and suite in the hotel.
Okay.
And this is also done here at the St. Regis Bangkok.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. So the legacy, if you like, continues here. When did the St. Regis? When did that actually? When was it built, and when did it start in Bangkok?
Our St. Regis was opened on the 1st of April last year, so we're very close actually to our 1-year anniversary, only a few days away from that. After a construction period of roughly 2 years, we opened here on Rajadamri Road.
Okay, well, it's a magnificent property. It's one that I first heard of at the Thailand Property Awards last year, and it was a name that came up again and again and again in the nomination categories. And I think that tonight here for Movers and Shakers that we'll have a lot of people who haven't been to St. Regis who will be coming along to see if it's as good as it says, and I'm sure it is.
Absolutely so. Yes, you're right. The owner here of the hotel, the minor company, received several property developing awards because there's the hotel, but there are also the residences here, the St. Regis residences, 53 very exclusive residences that are for sale for some selected few. There are only very few still available, so the lucky ones have to be quick to invest here. Other than that, of course, Starwood is very proud that we, as the owner of the St. Regis brand, can actually have our first St. Regis in Thailand with this lovely property.
Okay. Now this is. You have had events here, like golfing events and maybe things through some of the chambers, but this is the first time that you've had a networking event of this kind of style, isn't it?
That's really true. We had several, of course, high-profile events. We launched products here, magazines have started here, like L'Officiel, that recently have been launched here in Thailand. We had product events of watchmakers, designers, etc. And yes, of course, we also had like-minded people here. We had an evening event when the Thailand Open, the golf championship, was recently done here again last year. But for networking, movers and shakers as something really outstanding in the market of get-togethers. I think this is a very first for us. We're very happy about this cooperation, and I think it's also great that there is a charitable cause coming with it as well.
Okay, well, I have to say, on behalf of Movers and Shakers, it's a great honour for us to be hosted here at St Regis, because this is, I think, for the organisers, something of a dream come true. And so far this evening, I see everybody happy and smiling, and you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you very much. Yeah, from my side, it looks like a very good turnout here. A lot of people have arrived already. We hope for more to come tonight. I hope everybody has a great time at the St Regis Bangkok and enjoys the evening.
Holger, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you. The sponsor for this evening is a company that's very, very well known in Pattaya. That is the Tulip Group. And joining me is the Vice President, an old friend of mine, Jason Payne. Jason, how are you, mate?
Absolutely fantastic, thank you.
Well, listen, thank you. I mean, it's great to see you here in Bangkok. Why Tulip have grown out of nothing in the last few years in Pattaya.
Sure.
So why now sponsoring events in Bangkok?
Well, I think we've looked at our demographic, we've looked at sales in projects, and really we feel that Bangkok is the market that we'd like to really work with.
Okay. You mean in terms of getting customers from Bangkok down to Pattaya, or breaking into new developments here?
Breaking into new developments here,
okay.
Most definitely, but also working with the Bangkok community. Our Centara project is approximately 90% sold to Thai buyers from Bangkok.
Okay.
So we like Bangkok, but we didn't really get involved with this project or Movers and Shakers for anything more than we wanted to sponsor it, really. We wanted to give something back and do something different.
Well, it's great when there's all these things people say, well, it's corporate social responsibility or whatever, but it's just doing the right thing, isn't it? It's just
I agree.
It's just kind of helping out. You mentioned Centara. Let's talk about, for the viewers who don't know, let's talk about the different projects that come under the Tulip umbrella, if you like.
Well, we started off with Centara Avenue Residence and Suites, which was the first one we launched back in June of last year,
sure.
Behind the Avenue.
Yeah.
And that's been absolutely fantastic for us. Very, very happy with that. Then we got involved with the Waterfront project, and obviously you was involved right from the beginning when we did the press conference there.
Yeah.
And the one that we're really pushing this evening is our Centara Grand down in Jomtien, which we're really, really excited about. CBRE as our sole agent have done amazing for us.
Indeed. And I see you've got the staff from CBR here.
Well, we brought
tonight.
the girls down in their nice green dresses just to have a bit of fun and enjoy themselves, to be perfectly honest with you.
It's interesting though, isn't it, how things have changed. I mean, you were saying there about the demographic and how the Bangkok markets became a vital part of it. Was this the same with the Avenue as well, or was that more the Farangs because of it's more towards the entertainment
the location
centre?
obviously is amazing.
Yeah.
However, once the flooding happened, we had an influx of Thai people that were coming to Thailand, coming to Pattaya, and saying, wow, we've not been here for 8-9 years, and we had an incredible amount of sales during that period.
So the whole perception, because of the flooding, I mean, it was perhaps one of the few positives, is that the perception of Pattaya in the eyes of the Bangkokians changed vastly, didn't it, really?
Oh, it did. You were here, I was here, restaurants were full every night. I think the city's done an amazing job in looking after the traffic, even though it was chaotic. And yes, there was a really good feeling about it. And obviously we launched this project just after the flooding, 55 sales in a launch weekend in Bangkok to Thai buyers, some of which have not even been to the show suites yet, which is incredible.
That's not bad, is it?
No, it's exciting for us, it really is.
Okay. Well, listen, thanks very much for sponsoring tonight, because if it isn't guys like you, companies like you, it just simply doesn't happen.
Sure.
And Case and the team, they're doing a great job, and these events here in Bangkok are going to be what we hope will be an important part of the social and networking calendar. But it's also one where the people who are coming along can get a great feeling because they know that actually they're helping the community in the same way that your company has tonight.
I would like to say actually, Paul, that we've actually decided to take on sponsorship for the next 6 events. So it's we want to get involved with these type of things, and for me personally, I like the idea of our local patio scene, which we care about so much, meeting and greeting and having some fun with people in the city as such. So.
Well, it's a great effort, mate.
Brilliant.
Listen, I'll let you get back to some pressing of the flesh and some more networking.
Fantastic. Thanks for
See you
your time.
again. Cheers. Okay, Case, well, another successful night.
I think it was, yeah. It was very good.
Very
yeah.
well done. I mean, there seems to be a bit of a pattern here that what we're not used to in Pattaya. We always complain about the traffic in Pattaya, but in Bangkok it seems to be a bit worse. There was a lot of people who I think were aiming to get here for 6:30, didn't get to it at 7:30 or whatever. But a couple of hundred people, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it was, I mean, it surprised me, to be honest, for the second event here in Bangkok. It's a very nice venue, and I guess a lot of people wanted to visit the venue, but then when I saw what the actual turnout was in terms of quality rather than quantity, I thought it was just absolutely fabulous.
But the quality, that's the thing. I mean, again, we talked about this, the prestige of Movers and Shakers. It's a different type of networking event. These aren't going to be held in pubs and such like. It's a high-class event, trying to attract not necessarily the high soul element, but the professional people who want to meet the same.
They're movers and shakers.
They're movers and shakers. Okay, so you have next month's one set up already. We spoke to Jason Payne. Tulip have came on board now for the next six events. Okay. Okay, so they will be sponsoring the next one, or do we? I believe there's somebody
actually
else.
For the next one is a co-sponsorship. The next one is on the 26th of April.
Yep.
Will be held at the Intercontinental Hotel, which is a property right next door from the St. Regis. A very nice property. There's a co-sponsorship between Tulip Group and Defence International.
Okay.
It's the security company of Joe Cox.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that's going to be a hell of an event as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, thanks very much for tonight. So there you go. Another great networking. Is it a social event? They're giving money to charity. It's a bit of everything. It's a great event. You should come along on the 26th at the Intercontinental. This is Paul and Case saying goodbye. Bye. Cheers, Case. Thank you.